Week 6 of the NFL ends with Monday Night Football between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. We break down the game, give you our best bet, and a bonus pick this week, and it all starts right now. Hey guys, it's Matt from GrandstandBettors.com, and Week 6 of the NFL season's just about in the books, but we do have a Monday night pick for y'all, and as we alluded to, a bonus pick in this video. Before we get to those picks in the Bills and the Titans game, just a quick reminder, if you're new to Grandstand Bettors, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our free NFL picks all season long. While you're at it, smash that like button because we are 5-0 on our Monday Night Football free picks this year. But without further ado, let's dive in to this week's Monday Night Football matchup. And the Buffalo Bills, they're going to be traveling to Tennessee in a matchup between two AFC division leaders. Bills are a 5.5 point favorite here, and the over-under is set at 53.5. The Bills are 4-1 on the season. They're coming off a very impressive victory against the Chiefs last week. After a Week 1 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Bills have been on a mission offensively. They've outscored their opponents the last 4 weeks 156-41. The Bills really have the right recipe to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. They have a very balanced offensive attack with a brutal defense for their opponents to go up against. Now, Josh Allen has thrown for nearly 1,400 yards with 12 touchdowns and only 2 INTs, and the defense has really struggled to lock down their main receiver, partially because they don't have a main receiver. Even though Diggs leads the team with 374 yards and 47 targets, Sanders, Knox, Beasley, they all have over 200 yards on the year as well. Now, Allen and his receiving core could have a very good day as they're going to go up against a bottom third passing defense. The Titans give up more than 264 yards per game through the air. Even Trevor Lawrence and the Jags nearly threw for 300 yards against them last week. If the Titans focus on the passing game, as we mentioned, the Bills have that balanced attack, and they have a top 5 rushing offense in the NFL right now. They average just over 140 yards a game, and that is Singletary, Moss, and Allen doing the damage, who all have over 180 yards rushing on the season. Tennessee does have a better rushing defense than a passing defense, but barely. Look for the Bills to lean on the run early in this game and then pick apart that Tennessee Titans secondary as the game goes on. Now, speaking of the Titans, they have probably the least impressive first place team in all of the NFL right now. They come in first place at 3-2 in the AFC South. And they've had a really up and down season with some bad losses, including the New York Jets a couple weeks back. They are coming off a 37-19 win against the Jags, but let's be honest, it wasn't that impressive. If it wasn't for Derrick Henry's 29 carries, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns mixed in with a defensive TD to open up the game, it could have been much closer than the final number suggested. Tannehill has regressed this year, but when you have a back in Derrick Henry, you can still be very successful on the season. Tannehill's thrown for 1,250 yards, but only 6 touchdowns, and he does have 3 INTs on the year. If he thinks that things might get easier this week, he is in for a rude awakening. Buffalo has the second best pass defense in the NFL, one that only gives up 173 yards per game. That stat is even more impressive considering they gave up 272 yards to Mahomes last week. But in fairness to the defense, Mahomes did have to throw 54 times to reach that number, and he only averaged 5 yards per completion. Now, Tennessee will get Julio Jones and A.J. Brown back this week from injury, but yards are going to be hard to come by through the air, so they are going to probably have to lean on Derrick Henry once again. Now, Henry, who is on pace to beat out Eric Dickerson this season for most yards, has 640 yards so far on the season, 4.5 yards a carry, and 7 touchdowns. If the Titans' pass game doesn't work at all, it could be a very long day for them as the Bills actually have the 3rd best rushing defense in the league, only giving up 78.5 yards per game. In fact, the last time these two teams played last year, Henry was held to 57 yards on 19 carries. We do think there is a way that the Titans can break through against the Bills defense, and it really is kind of weird, but it's to get Tannehill into the running game. Tannehill's averaging 7.6 yards per carry, and if he can utilize his legs early, get a couple of big runs to keep some drives going, the Bills may overcompensate, and that could open up some holes on the defense. On that thinking, we're actually going to give a bonus pick right now out for this week. We're going to take Tannehill over 14.5 rushing yards. He's going to need to do that if the game is going to be close and if the Titans want to have a chance to win here. He's actually already gone over that number 4 of 5 times this season. So this should be a very fun game to watch on Monday Night Football, and it is definitely going to be a tough matchup for the Titans as they go up against a Bills team who leads the league in scoring offense and scoring defense. Add on top of that, 15 takeaways they have on the season and the ability to limit Henry, we definitely don't feel comfortable taking the Titans plus the points, even at home. So, with the Bills coming into this one, dominating on the offensive side, and going up against the 9th worst scoring defense, we think in week number 6 for Monday Night Football, we're going to take the Buffalo Bills minus 5.5. Now, we're going to be doing a live stream on Monday Night Football, so make sure you join us here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button for going undefeated so far on our Monday Night Football free picks. If you're looking for daily free picks, join us on our Patreon. Only $6.99 a month. You get a daily pick each and every day. But that does it for us here at Grandstand Bettors. As always, sit back, get ready for some Monday Night Football, and we'll see you live at kickoff.